Okay, greetings. I titled this Go Time. Today's the 14th December 2025. Woohoo! And I titled it Go Time because in homesteading, small farms, you encounter this. And last night it was cold. I don't know, 0, a couple degrees below. We got up this morning. It was like 3 or 4, something like that. And then tomorrow it's going to be in the 20s. So we're going to have a warm spell in December, which a warm spell in December around here is, above 32. It's going to be 38 is the high. And then one day it's going to be 41. So we see a light at the end of the tunnel, because when it is 0 degrees, everything is a little bit more difficult. The animals struggle. When you have a long stretch of it, it can be difficult. It's difficult on the people too, on us. It's difficult on the machinery. All the systems suffer when it gets really cold. So the things that I look at first are the systems that I need the most. And that would be like, I need my tractor the most, and it struggles when it's cold. And so you got to plug it in, and vehicles, but most of all was water, right? Because you can have problems when it's cold with water. And I got about 20 cows here total, between steers and milk cows, 23. And they all need 10 gallons of water a day, give or take. So my steers are on the pond, and so I will go down there after I'm done milking and break the ice for them. We keep it open, so the ice never gets more than an inch or 2 thick. And they'll go right over to it, and they'll drink, and they'll step on it, and they'll keep that open. So that's really good, because there's 10 of them down there, and so there's 100 gallons of water that I don't have to be pumping up out of the ground. Then for the dairy cows, they need the same, and so we pump that water for them because they don't have access to the pond. I don't really want them going out in the elements anyway. I got a low battery sign. If they're doing that, then we're losing, not gaining. So I have to pump water up for them, and that can be, sometimes things happen. I'm just shutting the water off now because I think I've pumped enough into their tank. And then their tank has to be kept open. So when it's 0 degrees out, you have to have a heater in the tank. And we've found that keeping the water from freezing is a lot easier than when the water is frozen and getting it unfrozen. So I titled this Go Time because it's like anything you do, you prepare for the worst, and then when it hits, if you make it through, you feel kind of, hey, we made it. So last night before I went in, before I went in and went to bed, I came out like 10 o'clock and did a walk around to make sure all the doors are closed. Buildings that need heat in them to stay open, the heater was on. Like this, for instance, this is a victory right here. This is the milk house. And you guys kind of were around, I guess, when I built this out. This is the original milk house, but we upgraded it so that we could have running water in it. There's a water heater in there, and there is a heater, a space heater in there, propane space heater. So when I built that, I hope to keep the temperature in there above 40 degrees. So last night it was down to 0. I had the heater on its lowest setting, so economy. I don't need it 70 in there. I just need the water to stay open. And I came out this morning. This is the first place I came because this is what we have to do, is milk the cows. And I came out this morning, went in there, it was 42 degrees. 42 degrees, so it was a couple degrees higher than my target. And so I felt pretty good about that. It's a victory. All the work that we did, putting the ceiling in there and insulation. and everything that we did, it all worked out good. I felt pretty good about that. So I'm riding high right now because we're about done milking. The cows made it through the night just fine. Everybody was happy and healthy this morning. Of course, the cows are different than us. They just turn up their thermostats when it gets cold, and it doesn't seem to faze them much. You know, they're still at the hay feeder eating, and then when they want to rest, they just go someplace and either lay down or stand. And you don't really see that in the summertime because they walk out into the back, and we don't observe them constantly. But when it's wintertime, you know, when you come and go, you just see them just standing there, and you think, oh, they must be cold. They're not cold. When the snow gets on their hoofs, it melts. When it gets on their back, it melts. They stay pretty warm. They fluff up, and they just turn their heaters up. We give them a little bit of extra when it's cold like this because they need more energy, and we just give it to them just to preemptively see that they make it through this time. I'm feeling really good because tomorrow morning it's going to be 20, and then during the course of the day it's going to come up to like 25, and then the next day it's supposed to be 35 or 37, and then the next day after that 41. So that's going to help to warm everything up, get a lot of the roofs warmed up so the snow will slide off. And you know, some guys like to keep a lot of snow on their roofs. I really don't, because if we have a big storm, then it's a lot of weight on the roofs, and I don't like that. I'd rather it just slide off so we're nice and light and nothing's going to happen. This week we have one pig to process. Said low battery again. It's not low battery, it's just that it's cold and the battery's not holding. Why don't I show you the inside of the milk house real quick. It's right balmy in here. It's warm in here. I'll show you what's going on. Staying warm is real essential to keep that compressor so it turns over very easily in the morning and maintains pressure. And then all of our milk equipment, this is all spare equipment right here, but it stays warm. Our space heater in there is that right there. And that thing's got a thermostat on it, so it shuts off. When I come down to milk, I'll turn it up a little higher, you know, just so it's easier on me in here. But our water lines are exposed so they can have minimal heat and stay open, and I like that. I can observe them. I can see what's going on. This is the dishwasher right here, and I have to give you a virtual tour. There's a washer machine right there and a dryer machine next to it, so we can launder the rags that we use to wash the cows off when we start in the morning, because if they lay down, they'll have, you know, their udders get dirty. So that first thing we have to do is wash them off. Get a lot of warm water on there so we help them to let their milk down. And then the bottling operation is here. So I have all the bottles set up for this morning. Just got them fresh out of the dishwasher. And my first load of milk, Jim dumped it in here. And so the next thing I do is I will use this pump right here to pump that milk into these jars. But before I do that, I run a cycle of super hot water through the pump just to sanitize it. And then at the end, I also run another load of hot water through it. And this is the milk parlor. So it's right here. Jim's going to it. Right there, he's got, I think that's Ruby. Is that Ruby? Yeah, he's got Ruby hooked up. That's where the magic happens, in here. You'll notice the floor in here is bedded. And we do that because cows have a tendency to urinate when they come in. And if we keep it bedded just on top of the sand that's here, we can rake that out periodically. And when we don't have a buildup of manure and urine on the floor that freezes. Anytime they manure, we put it right there, and we save that. It's a little hard right now to get out of here, but we save that, and then that will go on the compost. This is where our security team waits. They're waiting. They like to wait in here. And here's the water tank. This might be kind of good to see. Here's my water tank. It's just a cut-off IBC tote, and that's where the water comes out of the wall. We have a slight amount of heat on the other side of that wall, and you notice that spigot, or just that red PVC pipe, is turned down. So when we shut it off, it drains. All the water just rolls out. So there's nothing there to freeze. And there's a bird bath heater in there. You can see that power cord. And a bird bath heater is just a little donut. You see that donut on the bottom of the tank? And it's just a slight amount of heat into this that will keep this water open. And they will get this drained down pretty good in a 24-hour period. So we turn the water on once a day and fill it up. You can't have it on the automatic. This is the automatic waterer. You can't have it on that because that hose would freeze. And we want to keep the input costs as low as possible. This is the loafing shed where they wait around. And today's the day where we break open a bale of straw in here and kick it around, rake it around so it's nice for them. And that's the outside right there. That door can get slid shut, but yeah, we don't really need to. It's nice and still in here, even though it's 0 degrees outside. It's still not bad. And this is the lineup here. This is the way they did this in 1900. That's when this place was put together. They milked a maximum of about 10 cows. And we have 5 going here. I have space for a couple more. But I don't know, this works out good. You like to keep them all full. And these girls are really cooperative. You know, when their treats are gone, so they get a little bit of a treat in front of them right there. When their treats are gone, they're ready to go out back to the hay pile. So when Jim finishes with her, and he finishes milking her, he'll open her head gate right there. She'll turn around and go for the door, and then he'll slide the door open. And usually, as soon as she goes out, there's going to be one of the other girls that is waiting that will say, oh, it's my turn, and then she comes in. This is the door. We can slide this all the way open if we need to clean out in here, and I can get the bucket of the tractor in. But when it's cold like this, we'll just leave it shut. It's not actually snowing out. This is all just snow that's blowing around. So that's it. So that's what we have to do every day. Today we got a little bit later start. Seeing it was Sunday, we sat around in the house for a little while and yacked and drank coffee, but we don't have a whole lot going today. So once we finish milking, everybody will go and do what they want to do, whether it's riding their snowmobiles or working on some project or whatever. I don't really schedule any work. For me, I got a couple things that I need to do, and then before you know it, it's going to be 5 o'clock and it'll be dark again. Like it's probably noon now, 11 noon, and yeah, so that's how the day goes here. Go time. All right, anyone can farm.